Hello again.
Hello, hello.
Long time no see.
It's been it's been a long morning. It's been a long hour.
I know, right? So you got everything taken care of?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm pretty sure it was just Instagram doing a like April Fool's thing on me.
Okay.
I
That's
don't
rude.
know.
Very rude. What's up?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's good. It's good.
Let Mikey in a little bit early. Uh,
I
Mikey.
guess.
Jacqueline's away, right? I hadn't talked to her, but
Yeah, I mean she was in the Instagram chat, so she
okay.
knows.
Okay. What's up, Mikey?
Hi, how are ya?
Chilling, man. How are you?
I'm so good. Happy Earth Month.
Happy
Happy Earth
Earth Month.
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 Yay. Hey, how many people like signed up for the event?
28. So I expected
Cool.
some more, but I'm gonna do a post right now and say we're live.
Oh, that's a good idea. I too am going to do that now. I'm gonna wait till everyone goes on. So I colored my eyebrows the other day and I feel like a whole new person.
I love that. Ugh, I love that so much.
Feels
Yeah.
self-care, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have 5 in. You want to think we should admit them now? Go for
Sure.
it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, we've got all of our friends in here.
I know, right?
This is so nice.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello,
Jamie.
hello.
Hey,
Hi.
Shayna, Kim, Terry, Brad, Eve.
Hello,
Great to
hello.
see you all in here.
Hey,
Hey.
happy Earth Month.
Happy Earth Month.
Hello,
It's a
hello.
beautiful month.
I know, right? See who else. All right. Just gonna wait a minute, let people file in. So nice to see all of your faces outside of Instagram.
Right?
Like feels
In action.
I'm just used to seeing your still photos, so you're actually moving now. Was that Brian? Brian, your mic's on.
You got a hot mic.
Hot mic, Brian.
Hot mic.
Trying to figure out how to turn it off. It's weird with this setup here on my phone. Sorry.
Hi, everyone. While we're filtering in, I'm Mikey with 2 E's. I'm one of the GBC mentors, and I'm going to be getting us kicked off. But while we are waiting for everyone to join, why don't we drop in the chat where we're broadcasting from? That way we can get to know you. I see Daniel, of course, Maisie, Hannah, Jamie, Kimberly, Eve, Terry, Sophia, Shayna, Brad, Chris, Kenzie, our
Thanks.
friend
Yeah,
Brian,
sorry,
of
I'm just trying to
course.
figure out how to turn my mic off.
Good luck.
Oh,
All right.
Hi, Jacqueline.
I was wondering who the other Hannah
I was wondering who the other Hannah was
Me
too.
too.
I actually thought it was Corey Thompson. So I love because I sent her the link also. So I love That was a surprise. That's fun.
That's so weird.
Great.
Why did it come up as Hannah?
Super weird.
You're Hannah today. It's fine.
We'll
I'll
play
take
that
it.
game.
All right, I see people tuning in from Santa Monica, Detroit, Columbus, Dallas, Colorado. Oh, Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm going to mispronounce this. New Braunfels, Texas, St. Petersburg, Manitou Springs. Of course, I'm from Harrisburg. We have Camarillo, California. I wonder where Brian's broadcasting from today. It's always a fun game playing Where in the World is Brian Gaum.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jacqueline from Warrenton. This is awesome. All right, I think we have some people who have filtered in. So let's get this Earth Month meetup going. So I want to say good day, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is when you're tuning in. And welcome. I'm Mikey with two E's. I'm also known as Metro Mikey. The two E's in my name stand for the environment and everyone. Those are the two things that I care about most. As I said, I'm a Harrisburg, Pennsylvania sustainable salon owner and hairstylist, specializing in eco-friendly platinum and blonding services. And I am the host of our Green Beauty Community Meetups Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So hopefully we'll be seeing some of you all there. I'm joined by some of our other founders today. We have Daniel. Why don't you say hi, Daniel?
Hello, everyone.
Awesome. Daniel is our original founder and the owner of Salon Chair, guys. So he has some skin in the game here. We're happy to be with him. We also have Maisie. Hi, Maisie.
Hi, guys.
And you're broadcasting from Colorado, correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
This
One of
time,
the
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
not Oklahoma, like I
Yeah.
said last time.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're also joined by Hannah, the founder of Salon Environment. Say hi, Hannah.
Hi, friends.
Awesome. And we have our podcast hostess with the mostest, Miss Jacqueline Rodriguez. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
All right. And of course, I know the rest of you are equally important in this sustainable mission. Speaking of our mission, every day and today, it is to make the planet a better place through innovative yet sustainable practices. And we're just going to get it kicked off. I know we have some exciting things to talk about today, and we do want this to be, an open communication Q&A vent session if we have to. But let me pass it over to Daniel because we have some exciting things that we want to share with you all for Earth Month. Go ahead, Daniel.
Hello, everyone. If you haven't noticed, I just got a new mic because people were saying they couldn't hear me, so I can't stop talking into it. I feel like I'm a radio announcer or something. But so if you probably have noticed, we released our guidebook today. We have been working with Pivot Point since December in crafting a guidebook that can be a resource to the beauty industry on how to be more sustainable. I think it's around 32, 33 pages. It's packed full of information. We try to hit on all the points that we could think of, but of course, it's a living document. So we want, if you notice anything or want to contribute, please let us know and we'll include it in the document. But it's our first piece of real tangible, our first tangible contribution to the beauty industry. We look to be doing research is our next project. We're going to do a research survey and try to get consumer sentiment because I believe the last bit of research was from before the pandemic. So we need to see how people actually feel about sustainability, the customers as well as stylists, salon owners, barbers, refillers, everybody. So we're going to move on to research after that. But if you haven't taken a look at it, let me see, I'm going to share my screen and just give you a quick rundown of it. I'm really bad at this, so here we go. All right. So this is the cover of the guidebook. The cool thing is all the pages here are clickable. So if you want to go to the ingredient section, you can click that and it'll take you automatically there. We try to cover product knowledge, waste management, carbon footprint, regulations and certifications, emerging technologies, sustainability and profitability, sustainability and discussing it with their clients. We have some right now resources that you can use to get started. We mentioned our industry partners. We have a resources and reference section just so you can see where we got our information from. A glossary of terms, so all the terms that you've kind of maybe noticed in some of our Instagram posts, we put those in there, and then just a little bit about who we are. But it was a really, like not knowing, like we don't know what we're doing. So not knowing how to do any of this, it was a lot of work, but it turned out really well. And I think this is something that can last and that can really help change the industry in the way that we want to see it changed. And I think just help bringing more awareness by having all that information in one place, it could be very, very valuable. So we're very proud of that, and that is what that is our announcement for today. I also we've been you guys, some of you have participated in our beta for the the directory listings. And I don't know if you've noticed, but for the majority of you, our page is ranking on your first page of Google when you search. And what we hope that will do for you is help give some more social verification that you are sustainable minded, that you are paying attention to the environment. That's one of your one of the core pillars of your business, and to try to transfer some of that, what they call in the industry link juice from our page over to your pages and your businesses, so you can be seen. But yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without all of you guys. Like starting, I recognize some of your faces from when we started back in June of last year, and we are so appreciative of your support, and we're trying to do as much as we can to make sure that we live up to our promises to you guys. So for me, I think that's basically it. This session, I just wanted to go back well, this is it. I want to go back and forth and have conversations with you about what are your plans for Earth Month? What do you have that you want to implement? What could we help with? Like if you have posts that you want to do this month, collaborate with us. We'll put it on our page. We'll do everything we can to amplify yourselves and your businesses to make sure that you're noticed, to make sure that you can get the notoriety you deserve. And we want to be able to be that assistant for you. But yeah, I guess I can just open the floor, Mikey, and whoever would like to talk, tell us what your Earth Month plans are.
Yes, thanks, Daniel. If you have something that you'd love to share, we obviously want to hear from you, and it helps facilitate a great conversation. Use the reaction button if you can find it on your laptop, computer, or phone. You can raise your hand. That way I can kind of keep it in order. Otherwise, you can feel free to put it in the chat if there's anything that's on your mind. And I guess I'll do the icebreaker. So this month, I'm actually doing a couple research and development experiments when it comes to gardening. I try to have a closed loop system between my salon and my home and my businesses in my home. Things like coffee grounds that I purchase locally and or organic. I save those from the salon. I bring it home. I compost. I have 2 raised bed gardens. I have some perennial plants like asparagus and herbs. So this year, what I'm doing is planting 2 separate test batches, if you will. I already started my batches of air purifying plants in the salon. I did half of them when I repotted them with regular organic potting soil, and then the other half with organic potting soil and some hair clippings that I've saved because I recycle those, and now I'm seeing if I can recycle them in my closed loop system. So I'm doing a little experiment to see if the potted plants and then my garden, once I get those planted, is still a little too cold to do that in my area. So I'm doing half with hair clippings to see if that breaks down, biodegrades, and helps add fertilizer into my plants. And it's a fledgling fledgling experiment. I have no clue how it's going to go, but I'm excited to post about that. As well, I partnered with some of my local beauty schools and Votech schools, and I've been waiting. They're asking me, when am I going to come do keynote speeches to help educate the students on sustainability and eco-friendliness? But I was waiting until we had our community, our GBC guidebook to take in. So I'll be sharing that with our local beauty students, getting them excited about clean, green, sustainable beauty. So that's my plan for Earth Month. So I figure it's always easier if I start and get the ice broken, if you will. And I see we have Jamie. Hi, Jamie. What's on your agenda for this Earth Month?
Yeah, so this month is pretty exciting. We're hosting a retreat for all refill store owners in June, but we launched our ticket sales today. So we're really
Congratulations.
excited about that. Thanks. Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily planned to like launch the ticket sales like Earth Month, but it's kind of how it landed. And then along with that, we do meetups inside the Refillery Collective, similar to Green Beauty. And actually on the 11th, we're actually talking Earth Day marketing strategies for people to share. So if anyone wants to join in on that call too, I welcome you to join and I can share a link with you. But pretty much we just go around the room and everyone kind of shares what they're planning to do, what has worked really well, maybe something they're new that they're trying to do. And it ends up being really fun. So we've got that going on. And I think those are the big things, but also, I want to mention, so along with the retreat, I'm talking with Jacqueline and she might be doing a podcast remotely on the retreat and interviewing attendees. So I'm really excited to connect and do that. So if anyone else wants to be involved with the retreat or learn more about it, I'm happy to answer any questions or see how we could connect and kind of spotlight what you're doing with the retreat as well.
That's amazing, Jamie. Just in case anyone doesn't know, who's this retreat representing?
Yeah. Okay. So, so I'm the founder of Refillery Collective, which is really an online platform supporting refill store owners across the United States and Canada. So, and that includes any salons that offer sustainable products, refills to their customers. You are part of that Refill Collective community. We have a directory that lists all of our refill stores. Anyone can join that. And then we've got our free platform and we've got a paid membership with more options and opportunities to connect and learn. So at the retreat, the focus is on the refill store owners, and we're going to have presentations on how to elevate refill to the mainstream. That is our theme. So that's a really big goal because we want to get more people engaged in refilling. And how do we do that? So we'll be talking marketing strategies, business strategies, and product management strategies, all really kind of like the three main components of that. And so we've got our attendees are all refill store owners or aspiring refill store owners. And then we do have sponsorship opportunities for sustainable companies who want to be involved, which are really fun. So I think I hope, does that cover it? Did I get all of it?
Yes, that was
perfect.
so good, Jamie.
Awesome.
I can't wait to get more involved and see who else follows this journey with us.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie. I see
Thank
we
you.
have Jacqueline, hi, how are ya?
Hi. Well, I wanted to go after Jamie because I am really excited to be a part of that retreat. And what I am focusing on for Earth Month is really diving into and sharing more information from my salon on the refillery that I've built in the salon. So that's really exciting because I've been doing the refill part for quite a number of years, but I've really started to expand on it and offer more options. So that's been really fun and exciting for my clients. So we're going to do like a whole promotion around that. And then as far as on my coaching page, that's where I'm really going to start breaking down like how I started to implement the refillery into the salon and what that behind the scenes of what that looked like. So I think I'm doing a whole webinar. I'll be doing one at the end of April, right, Hannah?
On the
Going back
GBC
on
platform,
Hannah.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely. I'm just going to double check. You are on the 29th of
Okay, that's what
April, Monday, same time as today, 4 p.m.
Yes.
Sorry, there's no marketing around it yet. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, we were going back and forth on dates, so I couldn't remember, but I'll be talking about that whole behind the scenes on how I built out the refillery, but also breaking down the differences and how to start incorporating them. I'm still fleshing out exactly what we're talking about, but that has been my main focus of the refillery because I've seen what a incredible opportunity we have as salon owners to offer those refills, and it solves a lot of problems with the everybody's frustrated with trying to get everybody back into the salon to buy products from you instead of Amazon, instead of Sephora, Ulta. I just saw like a few of the Facebook pages of people getting frustrated, in the salon trying to sell retail. And this is a beautiful way to do it. Plus, it gives back and it will also help save the earth to have that lower impact. So that's my plan for Earth Day, or yeah, Earth Month week day.
Nice.
I'm so excited. I can't wait till that 29th and to watch the journey throughout the whole Earth Month. I see we have our friend Chris. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Possessed mic,
Hello.
it's on and off by itself. So if you can hear me. So I'm not a salon owner. For those that you don't know me, my name is Chris Ament, and I am the founder of Monarch Botanica, which is a milkweed seed oil skincare line. I'm also the founder of Native Monarchs, which is my partnership nonprofit that contributes directly to monarch butterfly conservation by rebuilding habitat, protecting habitat, and educating the community on really what's happening with the monarch butterflies right now. As far as Earth Month, I started that a long time ago and I haven't stopped, but Earth Month is now gaining popularity with everybody else. So milkweed giveaways are big right now because we are in Southern California and all the native milkweed is starting to pop back up if you plant it in the ground. And then I'm also encouraging people to start planting this milkweed since it's the only host plant of the monarch butterfly. So the only one it can live on, the only one it can lay eggs on, and the only plant that the caterpillars can eat. And that hence this is my one of my missions is this milkweed to market challenge, which is not only just trying to add value to this plant that really needs to be kind of celebrated and protected to help a migratory species at risk, but to try to put, I think, products in consumers' hands that they see it as valuable, and we want to encourage more planting of it and therefore more harvesting of it. As far as I'm just selling it online right now, but as far as it getting into any kind of stores, brick and mortar stores where people can see it, I think that's always a really good opportunity to educate the customers, educate the people who are selling it. And it's a great story. So it's one of those things you can talk about. It's in the media nowadays, so you can talk about how the populations are still declining. So my point is we haven't really gotten it right yet, what we're doing. After you plant it for a year, a lot of times you can't find it the next year because it's either overgrown with weeds or your gardener has pulled it out because he thought it was a weed. There's a lot of problems. And maintenance, you have to really train the people that are doing the maintenance around it. But as a product, if you were to kind of represent like this product can lead to other milkweed based products in our society and contribute to like the planet's healthiness, as far as if we can plant more of it. Large scale plantings actually as a perennial crop gives back to soil health in our agricultural farms. And I know in Canada they do it a lot. We don't do it as much here in Southern California, probably more in the Midwest where some of you are located. And then as a side note, and I'll just throw this because I'm just now scratching the surface on this. I've met a gentleman that makes milkweed products out of the fiber. So now he's starting to make scarves and mittens and as an insulating fiber. And we're hopefully that like maybe you could make it into a towel or something, some kind of some kind of product rather than just a bag or things like that. And that would be the whole kind of stem to stern transition for the milkweed product and how you harvest byproducts from it. But in closing, where my logo was where beauty meets conservation, and I'm trying to get out there in small vendor shows, Earth Day festivals, which is jam-packed crowded for this month, and get that message out. But if anybody wants to try any products, I mean, I'm not even requiring an MOQ. You could just try a couple sets if you want, a couple boxes in your salon. If you wanted to try it, I could send you something about the education of it, what you would talk to about your clients, and see what the demand is, because that's how I'm trying to get at least more interest around it. So.
Oh, I love that. I did see somebody in the chat asked if you could share your websites. I feel like
sure.
I snagged them somewhere, but I can't find them where I put them in my notes. So I'll save them again.
No. Yeah, no problem. I'll put it up there. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks again.
Thank
I was so
you.
excited to hear about your venture last time. So thanks for sharing it again. And I'm going to have to reach out and see if I can get some of the testers or whatever to share with my salon.
Sure,
clients.
will do. And all of you too, if you would like to try a sample, I'll put my email in there as well. If you want to send me your address, I can ship out some samples.
Yes. Awesome. I see we have a couple people who are interested. So thanks again, Chris. And thanks for being here. I see we have our friend Maisie. Hi, Maisie. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hello, Maisie.
So I guess I don't have any like definitive plans for Earth Month specifically, but today we had a salon meeting at a salon I work at in Colorado Springs. My owner's in here. Her name's Kenzie. She's here.
Hi, Kenzie.
And we are starting a sustainability department there, and we are going to be recycling everything. And so I've been collaborating with her on like what that looks like. And for the last couple of years, I've been working on a guide on how to set up your own recycling system in the salon. This is the second edition printed here. I'm really excited. So I have that for sale on my website. So I'm probably going to be marketing that more. It's really in depth about like just how to set up your recycling in your salon. But I'm excited to be working with somebody else's salon because, as you know, I have my own. But it's an adventure. It's like fun to go through that whole process and like buy bins and see what the goal is. And so, yeah, I'm excited to like help someone else start their sustainability journey. Like she already does so much. We're a low tox salon. We have eco heads. Like there's so much I could say about her efforts already, but I'm just really excited about the recycling thing. I tell them all the time that I just really like to talk about trash. So,
dermatologist recommended Nutrafol.
Don't we all, right?
Yeah, so that's really what I'm focusing on is helping Kenzie at True Salon in Colorado Springs like expand their efforts in sustainability. So, and I got contacted by a student at Paul Mitchell School in our local Paul Mitchell School. One of the students is our receptionist, and she connected me with their education department. So now that we have the guide out, I'm excited to go speak with the students and like talk to the kids about it so we can get them started early.
Oh, that's so exciting. Good job, Maisie.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
I'll look forward to following along with that journey as well. And now I see we have our friend Eve. Hi, Eve. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you all today?
Hello.
It's great
Doing
out
well,
here.
thank you.
I'm in Santa Monica and it's just beautiful. So I hear that most of the rest of the world is freezing over, but we have really great weather here. So hopefully I bring some sunshine to you guys. I have two companies, just I mentioned two only because it's the same manufacturer. So I'm going to tell you about something new that we're coming up with. But the main thing that I'm here for is the skincare company called Botanic Beauty. So it's all clean beauty skincare. And our manufacturer with our other company we're working with him on is Botanic Amenities. So what we're doing is we are, so like if you see a straw, acts like plastic, but it's not. It's made from different plant-based polymers and resins so that it can act and feel like plastic. But once it is certified, when you drop it in landfill, it guaranteed to be completely gone in 6 months. So, you know, cutlery too, a lot of stuff like that. So that's my other company. But I mentioned our manufacturer just because he just got a 20-year patent on the only sugarcane polyvinyl alcohol, PVA, which is in everything. So we're changing our packaging because we want to be as sustainable as possible. So what we want to do is with our face moisturizer, come out with these little drops. You can just twist, and I'm sure you've seen them, but this is made from PVA. PVA dissolves. So you can throw it in the toilet, you can throw it in the trash, but before it gets to the landfill, it's probably already gone. But it will not dissolve in the, like with your moisturizer or the face oil, things like that. So we are using that for the skincare and redoing all the packaging. So it can be more of a refill thing for us. And also with the Botanic Amenities, they just came out with deli gloves. So I would ask him, you know, hey, can that work? Because he programmed it so it's hot water soluble, so that, you know, if you're doing someone's hair, that should be kind of cool, right? It's not hot. It should work if you're doing a, you know, a dye on someone's hair. But I would have to ask him to make sure, but that could be some new thing that happens. So then when you take it off, if you throw it away, then before it gets to landfill, it's completely gone. It's sugarcane. And it's completely dissolvable down to nothing, which is nice. So that's
awesome.
Different technology that we're working on. And so I keep you guys up on when that will happen with the new packaging. But we have other things like massage candles. So I am a skincare formulator myself. I'm certified for that. And so I have this, it's from coconut based, and when you pour it in your hand, it's not as hot as, because you can't use beeswax, it's way too hot, as everyone knows. So we use a coconut wax, and so then, you know, you pour it on your hands, give the massage, so now you can give a warm massage. So that's something that we do have, and I open that up too if you all, you know, if there were some samples that you needed, you can let me know. Obviously, it's not a small sample, it is the size. So
Awesome.
That's so great. I'm seeing some movement here in the chat. We have a question. Where can they purchase those types of straws? So you said you had a different company for that, or do you have a website for us?
I do. The thing is with the straws, because they are B2B, it's like, you know, 16,000 straws, you know, so we're going to go B2C soon. But right now, it'll probably be another year before we go B2C. So right now it's just B2B. But if anybody wanted some, let me know. I can just send it just as a gift and, you know, have fun with it. And it does last more than one time. You know, I've used it several times, then thrown it away, but it's certified to degrade in landfill. And the other thing is, God forbid if it goes over into the ocean, within 6 months, it's completely gone as well.
Nice.
That
Nice.
is so cool. There were also some questions about the gloves, and people would like to test them. Will they be chemical resistant? That way they don't dissolve while applying color or other chemicals.
Exactly. And that's what I'm going to ask our manufacturer, because right now he said, well, they have deli gloves, but they can make it to a certain thickness. So I'm just going to ask him about that to see if I can then offer it. I do know that if someone's making a sandwich, they can do as much as they can with it. And then when they take it off, they can throw it away. But if they're definitely putting, some hair dye, I want to ask to make sure with chemicals or anything first. But it would be amazing because then you throw it away and then down to nothing, dissolves, solves all the problems.
That is amazing.
The gloves in my salon was what prompted me to sign up for Green Beauty or Green Circle salons, because I just felt so bad using them to color hair, using them with cleaners and disinfectants and stuff like that. I was like, mountains of gloves were piling up. So not that I, wouldn't want to continue supporting Green Circle salons, but it would be nice to have some alternatives, gloves, straws, stuff like that.
Absolutely. And for Earth Day, the actual day, we are for Botanic Amenities, Solano College near Napa invited us up for their Earth Day event. So that's what we're doing.
That's exciting. You'll have to keep us posted. And when everyone's done asking you a million questions, which I think they are, can you drop your name, info, websites, emails, contact info in the chat? And then I'll save it that way. We have it for the GBC meetups.
Yep.
I was going to ask you, Eve, have you listed your company in our directory yet?
I know I went and registered, but I'm not sure if I completed it, if I'm in the directory. I know that it said, okay, you're here. And I started looking around, but I'm not sure if I completed it correctly.
Well, let me know. You can check through it. And what's the name of your company again?
Botanic Beauty.
I don't know.
Botanic Beauty.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I know I
The first day we had some technical difficulties, and some people were it wasn't registering correctly because of the photo. If the photo wasn't added correctly, then it would reset the entire process. But we've gotten that fixed, and let me know. And I can submit it for you, or you can submit it, and I can. So just let me know, and I'd like to get you on there.
Perfect. Our whole mission is to get plastic out of the environment. It's bad. We need other solutions. So that's what we keep coming up with. Whatever technology is new, we want to do it.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Eve, and I look forward to collecting your info and being in contact relatively soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. And of course, we have somebody who's too cool for school, our friend Brian. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you. How are you?
Can't hear you.
I think he's working it.
He's fixing it.
There, that should be it. Sorry, I'm calling from my phone, and it's always a little bit more challenging than when we're on a computer. But yeah, I wanted to jump in because I haven't been on this forum for a while. I think maybe when you first started at Daniel and Hannah and Jacqueline and Macy, and I'm really impressed at how many people are turning out. So it's good. I'm glad to see it grow. And obviously for Earth Month, we have a lot planned, and I think on our side, or from our brand side, Insight, we're committed to reaching as many people as possible to talk about sustainability and to promote groups like yourselves, the Green Beauty community. I think it's important to get that to mainstream, and that's part of our main focus is to work with you to help you reach as many people in the beauty space as possible. And I'm proud to be involved with that, and happy to be helping you do that. I wanted to touch on one thing that you just brought up, and I think it's a brilliant thing, and it's on the refill. It's something, as a brand, we've been looking at very closely, especially as we transition away from plastic in the next 8 to 12 months, and moving into glass and other other forms other than plastic. So refill is definitely on our horizon. And I think, you know, one of the things that I've researched in looking at refill is, you know, how can we get that to the mainstream? How can we get salons, boutiques to look at that? And some of the challenges that we will run into, and that I've already run into when looking at that as a study, is not every state and every province in Canada allows for refilling. And a lot of it has got to do with contamination. So, you know, one of the thoughts I had, and I'm just throwing it out there for you guys to maybe research and think about, is how can we work maybe with an industrial dishwashing agency that could help us maybe look at providing services in the salon where you can actually clean and refill bottles. You know, that way you maybe can lobby and get away from having to you know, be able to refill without having any challenges on contamination. And I think one of the ways to do that is similar to the way the car industry's moved into batteries, and how they can solve the issue of batteries in being able to service cars. Instead of charging them, they just replace the battery at the depot station, and then that's kind of moving in the direction where the car industry is moving. Electric vehicles, we're going to start to see transition of, instead of charging, we're actually going to drop off the battery. It's going to come out of your car, go in. Same kind of concept to refill. So wanted to throw that out there to you for people that are passionate about refill. And I think, you know, we kind of have to think out of the box for that. So those are some of the thoughts I had, and listening to you today and being involved with this. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. That was such good information. And I believe Jamie has something to offer.
Yeah, so hi Brian, I'm so glad that you brought up contamination, because this is something that has been on my mind as well. With refilling, there's a lot of opportunities for contamination from taking it from the manufacturer's container to your own container if you're switching that, and then also to the consumer's container. And you mentioned refill going mainstream. And so with the retreat that we're hosting June 3rd, we actually have a presentation from one of our sponsors, Rustic Strength, which is they do cleaning and hair care products with focus on refill. But they're doing a whole presentation on how to make sure that your refill products are safe for your customers. And so the strategies that you can implement in your store, from making sure that you have a schedule for sanitizing containers that you have and that you're using in the store, making sure that you're communicating sell by and use by dates really well, and then how to make sure like you get that product out to customers before those dates happen, especially since a lot of natural products have a shorter shelf life. So I'm really excited for Alicia from Rustic Strength to share a bunch of information on how we can do that. Especially because I do feel like it's an important thing as refill grows, in order for it to not be like kind of overshadowed, or for other like lobbyists to kind of push refill back down. If there is ever a safety concern that happens, it could really stunt the growth of the refill industry. And that just needs to happen once for something like that to happen. So if we have a really good strategy on sanitizing and making sure that it is a safe process for everyone, then I think that'll go a long way in helping with refill go mainstream. So just wanted to add that.
Former President Trump is going to have to answer when he's making this decision is, what do these people bring to the ticket?
Oh, we had another hot mic. Uh, Brian, did you have anything to say concerning that? What Jamie just shared?
Oh, I think it's brilliant that Jamie is on that, and that, you know, and if you're going to, I mean, for us as a brand, our sister company away, you know, transitioned away from glass a long time ago. So refill's always been kind of in their DNA. But knowing a little bit about the industry from like 40 years of being in it, it's only one gray hair there. So what you'll see from what I know, part of the challenge on the salon side is exactly what Jamie brought up. It's contamination and how do you get around it. But you know, I personally think that as we transition over the next 5 to 10 years, the refill is going to be the biggest solution towards, you know, cutting down our plastic, cutting down our waste, and cutting down logistics. So we have to find ways to lobby and find ways to work with it. The biggest foothold from the manufacturing perspective on sponsoring that is contamination. I can tell you that from working with compliance and working with people in production. You know, if the last thing any brand wants is for the brand to go into a refill and then have a client come back and said, oh, it doesn't work. And the reason it doesn't work, a lot of it stems back to not, you know, controlling the bottle, not controlling the whole process. So I think that's the solution long term, is to find a way to get the whole industry behind it. And I think, you know, there's two things that a manufacturer will jump in on. The first one is what I just mentioned, and the second is branding. Although branding isn't as big, but it's still big, and it's important for companies to still have their footprint in the client's home. You know, that's one of the reasons why brands put their name on the bottle. It's part of it. So those are two elements that I think we have to address in the refill game. And I think this whole concept of what you're talking about is important. So we have to mutually find solutions. And I think I do think we, you know, as we get into some kind of industrialized cleaning system that may be provided in store, or at least, you know, through ultraviolet, whatever works, it has to be, you know, we have to keep this discussion moving forward. And I think it's not just this Earth Day, it's going to be next Earth Day and the next Earth Day to talk about it, because it's part of it.
That is so exciting. And I was just thinking, I way back in the day when we started our sustainable beauty clubhouse meetings, I was with Brian and Daniel, and that we had a friend, LJ, who had a system for refillable hair color. So they were little glass bottles that you could you know, put developer and then their specialized formula, and then you could give it to the clients for touch-ups, you know, 6-week touch-ups between their 12-week appointments, or if they were going on vacation and they needed to look good for an event or what have you. And I love using this system. And the jars and lids, when my clients would actually bring them back, I would give them a new one that was already disinfected and or sterilized, and then I actually would wash them out. I have disinfectant, you know, barbicide or other cleaning agents at my salon, and then I actually have an autoclave, so it's kind of like a pressure cooker. It cleans like tattoo needles, or, you know, you can use them in the medical profession, although one that I have is not medically graded, although it performs the same thing. So I always take the you know, jars and do like an actual sterilization on them. So, but my salon is not a huge salon, so that would be something to think of for you know, cleaning standard operating procedure in a small, I don't know how we could like industrialize that. So that was just kind of like where my brain was going through the refillable cleaning procedures. Jamie, what can I ask you to come back into the conversation?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think there's there could be like industrial support when it comes to sanitizing containers, and then also like you said, standard operating procedure for like salon owners or store owners that have refill bars. Because I think it can be common to have like a gallon size container and then top it off, right? And so then you're constantly adding fresh product in, which seems like a great idea at first, but not a great idea. Because then you don't know the age and, you know, everything with the safety of the product. And I know that there are, I'm also attending the Midwest Sustainability Summit. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio, at the beginning of May. And there's going to be a lot of talk on reuse. And so I'm hoping there'll be some discussion on that. I'm actually attending it with Lindsay, who is the co-founder of Plain Products.
Yeah.
And I know some salons know about their products as well, but they have an internal closed loop program. So they take back the containers and they have a system for sanitizing those and then refilling and sending back out to their partners and to consumers. And I know one of the things that we're going to be talking about at the summit is they've taken their system, you know, to a certain size. But obviously their company is smaller than like P&G, for instance, right? So it's a completely different process. And we will have someone from P&G there as well. And so I'm really interested to hear what they say the struggles are. Because they are more mainstream, but how do we get that refill to get up to that level? And what kind of changes or things need to be in place to take something that like Lindsay has and implement it for more companies and for bigger production. So that's my 2 cents, I guess.
That's awesome. I don't know, you know, if next Earth Day we'll be celebrating reinventing and innovating recycling and refills in, you know, the beauty industry. But one of these Earth Days, we are doing the groundwork right now that is going to change the industry. So I'm so excited for that. Let me pass it over to Olivia. Hi, how are you? Almost got it. Almost.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, hello. First of all, everyone is so incredible. I love to hear everyone's stories. I feel very inspired and I'm very happy to be here. I was going to add on to what Jamie was saying. So I craft hair care products, shampoo and conditioner bars, Suds Cauldron. So all of our products, most products, especially like even with our bars, for example, although they don't contain necessarily water other than like the humectants that are included in it to attract water, they are water-based, right? But although the products don't have any additional water, they do have to have like preservatives in them because you have them in your shower after all. But as even like a consumer going into zero waste shops, one of the biggest things I've seen that a lot of shop owners have incorporated is either having for number one, having a lot of customers just bring in, like they can only refill if they're bringing in a clean bottle. And that will avoid like the cross-contamination with a lot of previous residue, previous, formula that may be left over that can cause maybe the new formula to be contaminated. Another thing is I actually ran into a salon shop that had a like kind of like what you were discussing, like a sanitary device that actually like cleanses out the machine. Now, I'm not sure exactly how costly those can be, but that is an option if you're wanting to maybe clean in-house. The other option would be, like you mentioned, having people do like a swap and maybe recommending people to purchase 2 bottles. That way you always have 1 clean bottle, to use and to swap out. So I think that's kind of like my 2 cents with that I think would kind of minimize the contamination and keep things a lot cleaner when it comes to shops and refill.
That is so good, Olivia. I thank you for sharing that. And I was thinking, while you were talking about the shampoo bars, those are so great. And I think that that is a true way forward for,
Yes.
business to consumer. However, with the shampoo bars, something that I have, tried over and over to figure out in the salon, and it might be a 2-part system, is like, I can't use the same shampoo bar on 2 separate clients because I don't want to cross contaminate that. So I'm thinking
Yes.
a refillery, collective, something for brands and beauty professionals would be great, so that we could get our refills. And then I don't know, can every brand just make shampoo bars that we can retail to our clients? That way we're,
So like even like with me, like we have like, I'm the founder of Suds Cauldron. We're a sustainable hair care brand, and I believe really in convenience without compromise, and just offering access to salon quality care that embodies our hair and our roots, and just fighting for social and environmental issues. And when it comes to like the bars, one thing that I found with a lot of like our salon owners is we carry our full size bar. Now, mind you, because they're fully concentrated bars, they do last a lot longer than your liquid shampoo, right? So those would not be ideal with applying it to different heads, applying 1 bar. And I think a lot of people also kind of feel a little weird about that concept, because it's not like the liquid, or you're, you have the ability to pour just enough to use on the client. But one alternative that we also carry fun size bars, which they're about a month of product. But the cool thing with that is a lot of our salon owners have seen that they're able to kind of take the opportunity to show their customers, like, get the full experience of using the bar, and they get to take it home with them. Some of them add it as an additional like convenience cost, like to make it more of an eco-friendly convenience, where they can basically purchase the bar and then you use it, you get a one-on-one kind of consultation with your salon owner, answering the questions that you may have with reference to your bars, and just really getting the full feel online, and then like, on site, I should say, and then you get to go home with the bar, and really get to experience it at home as well. So I think that has been really effective with a lot of our salon owners. And again, you're not tied to that full bar, because I think especially today, with eco-friendly and transitioning to more eco-friendly solutions with our hair care, it is still such a new experience for a lot of people. It's still such a new concept. I think all of it. Eco-friendly has been around for years, and now I feel like we're kind of going back to it. But because we're so used to the convenience part of mainstream products, it's hard. We're having to re-educate people on the ways that our ancestors have done it for so long, so that's my spiel on that.
I love that. I could see the chat going, and I think we have some other people who want to interject here, but I'm going to forget my second point if I don't get it out. When I was doing the color jars, the glass bottles, I would actually add a deposit on there, and I would tell my clients like, hey, here's the total price. You can take this, apply it at home and your vacation, do whatever. If and when you bring that back, I can credit you, that
Yes.
Deposit towards a hair service if you don't, want or need the color anymore, or just, I'll hold the deposit until you give the jar back, basically. And that was an
It keeps them coming back.
To keep them coming back, or to keep them out of the landfill. Don't just use it and then go home and throw it out. So thank you, Olivia. I'm going to pass it over to Eve, because I feel like Eve has something to say.
I do want to say really quickly, Olivia, please make sure that you add your business to our directory on the website, please. I love what you do. Thank you.
And also drop your contact info in the chat so I can save it. All right. Thanks. Eve.
I know that you guys are all trying to figure out a certain way, and it just sounds amazing. I also want to let you guys know, just because I work with, we're we have a contract with our manufacturer. And so we have worked with a lot of different companies that want our pellets inside of their manufacturing process. So so let's just say that you needed a bottle. Now, I wouldn't be talking to one salon. I would be speaking with probably whoever the manufacturer is that makes those bottles for those companies that you guys purchase. So we have a program where everything's plant-based. So the PLA and the resins that would make a bottle that looks plastic, acts like plastic, but only breaks down when it gets to landfill. This one would break down within a year, but most plastic bottles last hundreds of years. So this would be the way to go. So for my homework, what I'm thinking, unless any of you know these people, I would research the manufacturers that make these bottles and then go and try to get them to change over, because actually the pellets are 1-to-1. So get rid of the plastic pellets that you're using. You can use these, and it's the same formula. So I'll make it my mission to keep working on it.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
So instead of everyone going home and writing their senator, we need to go home and write the manufacturers.
Yes, to change.
I love that, Eve. Thank you so much for sharing. Hannah, let me pass it over to you.
I just wanted to say real quick, Eve, I love that you brought up manufacturing process. I love that. I just love everything that you're doing. I think a lot of us are packaging nerds here too, especially because, we're finding out there's just so many different ways to do it. And it's, what a time for innovation just in where we're at. And side note from what I was going to say is we are actually building a lot of relationships with different packaging companies, manufacturing companies. So we're trying to find a way to kind of have them in our space, whether it's just kind of having some sort of directory. We're, keeping track of them because, they're all kind of different. And this kind of goes for everyone. If you want to talk to certain manufacturers or whatever, until we kind of get that off the ground, let me know. We can we can, talk more about it or kind of point you in, a direction of somebody. Honestly, I'm just going to say that LinkedIn has been really great for that. I don't know why, I'm not really a LinkedIn person until recently, but they're all on there. So if that is something that is, you're really passionate about and you want to talk more about, obviously, Eve, it sounds like they can come talk to you about it too, which is great. And also, obviously, you and me, let's connect. If you want to talk more, I think that would be, just really fantastic. Because, right, we want to have that transparency, which is part of the reason why we have the green beauty community, is having those conversations, having that transparency, and just being able to talk, what's the deal? What are the issues here? How can we, come past it? And, what are those compromises, or figuring out, what just as important to you in a product and packaging. So, thank you for just bringing that conversation here. I think it's so valuable. What I was just going to, and we're already at 5:01, so I'm going to make this very quick. But for Earth Day events, Green Beauty Community is starting our to do webinars every week and have different, besides kind of our community meetups, which hopefully we'll kind of get going a little bit more frequently. But every Monday at 4 o'clock, we usually should have a new guest for webinars. So next Monday, we have someone from Innersense coming up just to kind of talk a little bit more about the industry. It's kind of up in the air what they'll be talking about, because there's so much they can talk about. They are very involved in policy. They're very involved in just the clean beauty movement in general. So we're really excited to have them, as well as we have Lisa Van from Insight coming to talk on our platform as well too. And we're so excited. having Insight, just, getting to have that relationship with Insight. They're so knowledgeable. And there's so many things we decided to talk about. Daniel, what did we decide to talk about for
Oh, I
this
have
webinar?
hold on, let me look back.
She is a wealth of knowledge.
Owner retention, and like how owners can retain stylists, and like trying to find the good stylist, like trying to find stylists who can encourage like a holistic environment. So just owner retention of good stylists, and how to find people who want to work for the better good. So I think it's going to be a really good topic. I mean, she's very knowledgeable. She's done so many editorial and print magazines. She was just in Bologna, Italy, doing a show. I mean, she is top notch. And so I hope you enjoy her conversation as much as we have, because it's going to be a good one.
And we will then also be having Jacqueline on the 29th, as she was talking about earlier. We really want to have a nice variety of people from just kind of, all different aspects of this industry. We want the manufacturers, we want the community members, we want the brands, we want everyone. I think that, right, we can learn so much from each other. I don't know if Jamie knows this or not, but I did. So I'm so sorry, Jamie. But Corey Thompson, who is also one of the big names in the Refillery Collective, she and I have talked about there will be a webinar with the Refillery Collective at some point as well too. And I've actually, and I'm so sorry, I'm calling myself out here for talking about transparency. I've talked about this with Terry as well too, because she is just a wealth of knowledge. She is like, I had like the best conversation with her, and we met at an Away event oh my gosh, a little over a month ago now. But she's doing so many great things in her San Antonio salon. So I'm really excited we really want to be able to just showcase what everyone is doing. So,
all of you as well.
Thank you, Daniel. If you are interested in this, please, I'm going to put my email in the chat, just so you guys have it. We're still kind of figuring out a really good system of how we want to do this. So bear with us, but, please come on. We would love to just be able to showcase everyone and be able to just give that aspect of education and essentially roundtabling it all. So, just letting you know that we have kind of those events coming up, as well as personally through my company, Salon Environment, we do have an events calendar. It's interactive. It's not just my events. It's just any event that I'm like, I really like this and I want to add it. If that's also, if you guys do have events, if you have something going on in your salon, or you see something really cool that's, beauty and earth centric, please, you can email me at the same email. Let me know. I'd love to add your events on there as well too. I'm very much, I think community is so important, whether it's virtual or in person, and there's just something out there for everybody. So those events that I currently have on my calendar, there's a few. I do have to add our GBC webinar events. So those are coming probably, later today or tomorrow, but they will have GBC events on there. There's like clothing swaps. There's some cool, really cool, like webinar, like virtual events as well. I mean, yeah, there's kind of just a little bit of everything on there. So, please, you're welcome to utilize that whenever, if you're feeling a little bored and you want to find something for Earth Month, find something for Earth Month.
That's great. And yeah, no, thanks, Hannah. I appreciate it. We have our friend Brad. Hi, Brad. How are you?
See. Hey, everyone.
Hello, Brad.
So a lot of you probably might know me just from Facebook and stuff like that, but I've been hearing what everybody's been doing, which is amazing. And also a lot of people who create products for the industry. or wanting to make a difference. So one of the things that I do is the Hairstylist Empowerment Podcast, which is now over 63,000. We're on over 50 platforms. And it's not to toot my own horn or say, but this is how what I can do for Earth Month is allow people a platform where if they want to get their message out, that's literally what the podcast does, gets the message out. I'm number 2 best celebrity hairstylist podcast in Canada, in the top 5 and the top 10, and also the number 2, top 25, top 30, and 10% globally. But what we do is with the podcast, it's for the people that are disruptors in the industry. We don't talk about fluff. We talk about real issues, real products, real change, that sort of thing. So if anybody is interested in being on it, you can connect with me, or as I say, find me on Facebook, and we can definitely get you on there this month as, Earth Month. We'll do it for the podcast just to kind of get out what the green community is doing and try to help everyone else kind of get a voice where we all know what it's like not to be seen. We all want to make a difference, but it's getting it out there and that sort of thing as well. One other thing I do, I also do events like some of you are doing. It's beauty industry cruises where we get together and we collaborate with hairstylists, salon owners, manufacturers, that sort of thing. We just did an event on Virgin, which is totally sustainable. So with the bracelets, they don't use the plastic cards for your room. They actually use a bracelet that they remove 2 to 6 pounds of plastic garbage from the ocean to create the bracelets that you use. So they're very sustainable and they're almost at net zero carbon footprint. They're all about health and wellness. They do vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, sugar-free. So it really allows people that are trying to be in a healthy environment to kind of do that. And like a lot of people said, we want to connect with people either online or in person. It's a great way to be with other like-minded people, because the synergy and the excitement and the energy when we all see each other live is totally different than we're looking at the camera doing our Zoom, which is great. I love this, that every Monday you're going to meet, and it kind of gets a platform for people to kind of just connect and voice. Like you're also giving them a voice as well. I know you're probably wrapping up soon, so I'll keep it tight.
Well, thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks, Brad. Good to have you connect with everyone here. And I do see in the chat there are some people who would love to connect. So feel free to drop contact information, or tell everyone where we can find you, so we can connect after that. Olivia, is your hand still up because you have something to add? I didn't think so, and that's why I kind of kept skipping over you, but I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being a rude host. But with that said, it is 5:10 p.m. Eastern, so whatever that translates to you. So I think we can do some final thoughts from Daniel, and make sure you grab all the information from the chat. I did as well. And then we can head on out. So Daniel, let me pass it over to you.
It was a good one. Thank you guys for joining us. I appreciate you spending your time with us. Feel free, like I said at the beginning, if you would like to collaborate on any of your posts for Earth Month, send them over. We'll accept them and highlight you. We'll be doing I think tentatively we're calling it GBC Live, but we'll do GBC Live every Monday at 1:00 p.m. PST. So if you are available, you can go to our webinar page to watch, and you can send us emails if you would like to join us in chat. I know most of you I probably would like to chat, so I'll be stalking you soon. Other than that, please dive into the guidebook. If you see anything that needs to be changed, please let us know. We would appreciate it if you could tell your friends and coworkers about us and what we're doing and help amplify the community. For those of you who have not, please claim your directory listings. And I think that's it. I want to thank everyone again. Thank you, Hannah, Jacqueline, and Maisie, as always. And
Thank you.
yeah, thanks for
Thanks,
spending your
everyone.
time with us.
I do just want to add, you can find us at Green Beauty Coalition on Instagram and Green Beauty Community on all other platforms except one that will remain nameless. And we do have a pretty poppin' Instagram group chat. So if you're not a part of that, please go on there and make sure to speak up, because I know that there are people in there that I am not following, and I love connecting with you all and seeing your stories and everything. So feel free to reach out and join that chat. And I look forward to seeing everyone for our webinar next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It was great to be here with you all, and I hope you all have a great Earth Month. So till next week, bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Officially.
And then there were 5.
All right, cool.
Did it.
Do you want to stop the recording? That way
Yeah,
you
let
have
me
it
do
easy.
that.